temperature's 100 or 140 degrees, you gotta have air. And when you ain't getting it, mister, you know it.
You feel weak, hungry, your strength's gone.
Man, when the air's close, brother, you can tell.
Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. How can these underground accidents be prevented? Up here, you seldom think about air. It's everywhere. Down below, it can be a life or death problem. It's largely up to you whether or not you return to the surface.
You can't depend on your sense of feel or smell. They can only indicate trouble.
He's right. Do check your area before going to work, but don't depend too much on your own monitoring tools, your sense of feel and smell. This slusherman feels that he is not getting enough air. Hot and tired, the temptation to tamper with vent tubing is hard to resist. Next scram in the vent system is that one miner becomes hotter and more fatigued, while the others feel better, unaware that they have neglected to look out for the welfare of their fellow miners. If a fan draft or noise interferes with your comfort, move somewhere else. Do not turn it off.
Hello, David. How's it going? Oh, pretty good.
Don't work in a bad atmosphere. Report it to your shift boss.
It's pretty bad down there. So we're going to need a little bit better air down there before we can go back to work. Okay, we'll take care of it. Right away.
Immediately report any problems.
Hi, I'm Luke, and I'll be your host for today's Slytherin DEI Cultural Sensitivity Training video. Now, I know you've probably heard a lot of rumors about Slytherin floating around the streets, but I'm here to set the record straight. Joining me today will be the world-renowned expert in Raven inferiority and 2018-2019 MVP Player of the Year, co-founder, chairman, liaison coordinator, brought to you in part by the Chieftain Irish Pub, none other than Brendan.
Thanks, Luke. I think in today's day and age, it's easy to forget the fundamental truths that used to guide society. Now, so we hear a lot of hate speech and serpent phobia, but the truth that people aren't talking about is that snakes are hard-working, law-abiding, good citizens, and that ravens are blood-sucking, good-for-nothing leeches on society.
In today's course, we'll be exploring all the reasons Slytherin House is often misunderstood and the victim of prejudice and social injustice. Let's start with the rumor that Slytherin controls Hollywood and uses it to push its liberal agenda in order to further control the banking sector and replace the Christians. Although this is all true, it just goes to show Slytherin is smarter than Ravenclaw.
That's an excellent example there, Luke. The raven jealousy of Slytherin House. They can't stand that we have all the jobs as jewelers. They can't stand that we have better shoulders. And they can't stand that we get all the mind babes.
The Ravens are just jealous. They always have been, and they always will be. That's why it's important to spread a positive message about Slytherin House and all her diverse and prosperous members. Did you know that Slytherin House is the most diverse house in the entire Quaffling League? It's true. Ravenclaw denies exclusivity, but has historically only allowed white male membership, whereas Slytherin House is the only home for African American, Jewish, or Daly City Filipino players.
That's true, Luke. Ravenclaw are basically subhuman, and they should be judged and treated with an unreasonable and discriminatory amount of hatred as an entire people, because they're intolerant bigots.
I think if we learned anything here today, it's that intolerance doesn't get us anywhere. Having gold and Greco-Roman shoulders does. In conclusion, Slytherin House is much more handsome and therefore better than Ravenclaw. Brendan, thanks for joining me today. And for those of you who are joining us due to a court order, feel free to like the video and subscribe to our channel. The Slytherin DEI Cultural Sensitivity Training video has come to an end. You can now move on to the Slytherin DEI Cultural Sensitivity Training exam, which will conclude the training once graded.
Fresh air to breathe and live.